Welcome to the Art Lady's home. Today I am about to roast up some cabbage, and I cut the cabbage into about inch thick slices here. Of course I washed it first. I kept some of the stem on just to hold it in place a little bit so that they stay together. And I've got 4 pretty good sized pieces, and then I have some little bits of small pieces here that I'm going to put on the tray as well. So I'm going to use it all up and roast it. Now I'm going to go ahead and start my sauce. So I wanted to show you as I did this. I'm going to be using a tablespoon of pesto, and this is pesto, basil pesto, that does not have any cheeses in it. So this would be vegan friendly. So I'm going to use a tablespoon of that. And I'm going to put a teaspoon of garlic, chopped garlic. Now, if you have fresh garlic cloves, go ahead and put a teaspoon of that in, right there. And then I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of olive oil, any kind of neutral flavored oil you can use in here. I'm going to give that a little stir. And then I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of some white. Now this has a little bit of cranberry pear infused flavor. This is a very light balsamic vinegar. It's a white balsamic vinegar, and it's a very light on the sweeter side. So if you have a white balsamic vinegar would work, or a sweet flavored, any light fruit flavored one can work as well. And I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of that in and give that a little stir. And then I'm using some nutritional yeast. And I'm going to put in a couple tablespoons of that. And I buy my nutritional yeast in a bulk form. 1, 2. I buy it in a bulk form, so it just comes in this bag here, but it's from the health food store, just nutritional yeast. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead now, stir this up a little. If it's not smooth enough, you might need to add a little bit more. Let me give it a little shake of this. A little bit more olive oil. You want to be able to brush this on. It shouldn't be too pasty. I'm just going to stir it all up, and then I'm going to brush this mixture onto the cabbage. Now I have a cooking sheet prepared with aluminum foil, and I also sprayed it with some some organic canola oil right here. And this is pure canola oil. There's no other ingredients in this spray. That's why I like this brand spray. And so I've lightly sprayed the cookie sheet with this, and now I'm going to place the cabbage just carefully on the cabbage steaks. And then I'm going to baste it with our little mixture right here. Yeah, you want it to be stirred up pretty good, because sometimes the olive oil will start to come to the top. And I'm just going to baste each one. And then I have a 400-degree oven heated right now, and I have it on a convection setting so that the air circulates and browns this nicely. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in for about 15 minutes. Check it at the 15-minute mark. And I'm going to flip it over, and then I'm going to baste it again on the other side for another 15. And what I like about this is you don't have to pre-cook the vegetables. I do this with cauliflower as well, and it tastes delicious.
I thought I switched weapons.
Okay, they have been roasting for about 10 minutes, so I'm going to flip them over. They just started browning. I'm just going to flip them gently. And they're starting to soften up nicely. That one's a little end piece. And then I'm going to baste them with the leftover sauce here. And then I'm going to put them back in for another 10. Checking them, yeah, they're nice and soft. Checking them. Just when they start to brown up nice, you want to pull them. And I'll show you the finished product when they're done. You want to cook the cabbage until nice and crispy. And this is the finished cabbage coming out of the oven. You can see why I do the aluminum foil tray, because all that stick would mess up my pan. And here is the finished cabbage coming out of the oven, and it is nice and crispy. You want to make sure it's nice and crispy and brown, because that's the best part. And I hope you enjoy the recipe, and let me know in the comments what you think of it.